Okay, we need to place some handrails at the gallery slab on the inside. In saying that, I just want to have a look at this. I've dropped that wall down again, so it's just below those handrails. I think it looks better like that. And let's go into the 2D and into object. We're going to put handrails on the front of the slab here on the gallery level and around the staircase. Go in, type in railing, enter rail wired just to keep it uniform, and we have the settings which are pretty much the same. The only thing we'll need to do is to go in and change how many posts we have. Number of posts here is 3. Let's make the height 950 and 200, and we'll keep it 1500. 3 posts are 500 millimeters apart. That being done, let's have a look at the previous settings. We're on gallery level, 150. Rail we're going to put in around the stairs is going to be 90, so go 90 degrees. And we need to select the bottom left hand. That'll make sense in a minute. So we're going to have to continually come back into the settings tab and change our insertion point and our angle of our railing as we go. Press OK. Let's zoom in. Now remember, we selected bottom left, so come into the bottom left corner, just click, and our railing's in. Now we need to adjust that, so get out of the railing settings, center node, pet palette, stretch node, move node down to the wall. Right there, and there's our first hand railing in 3D. There's our hand railing in position. Now notice that this bottom rung of the handrail looks a bit high to me. So have a look. So I think it needs to go down. We've got 200 millimeters here. So let's go and drop the bottom of this handrail down. So we need to select it. Go into settings, and from home story, let's try 50, enter. And let's drop down. That looks a lot better. We could go a bit further. So let's, because the slab is 205, let's go down. Let's leave it maybe 30. Back into settings. Let's go 30 there. That's the base of that rail. Press OK. That looks a lot better. So that's 30, and let's put our next. So escape to get out of that function. Back into 2D, and we'll set up the next railing. Press object. Make sure you press escape so it's not selected. We don't want to change this one. We want to change our next one. So make sure we go 30 here. And our insertion point on this one, we need to change it around to 0. Enter. Oh. Change it around to 0, and our insertion point will be just here. Make sure it's bottom right. Press OK. Check rail settings are the same. Yep, okay. And bottom right, just there. Okay, and what we'll need to do is to stretch these. Make sure you've got the sensor node. Stretch them back till it comes. Let's just go halfway, and we'll see how that looks. Let's go in 3D. That looks okay. We've got a miter joint. Now the only thing we'll need to do is adjust these posts here, and we can do that later. So let's put all the handrails in, and then we'll adjust them. So go back to 2D, and we'll go. Now we need to go 90 again. for the small bit here. And we need bottom right. Okay, let's come in here, halfway along the rail, bottom right. Obviously we need to move this right in, just move it right back in until we get the other rail in. What we're going to do with this one is place it in and then stretch it along. So hit escape to get out of that function. Object, and let's go 0, and let's select bottom right. Okay, place it in there. We need to stretch it along and then we can customize the posts. Remember, if you can't select it, hit the tab button, come in, select the center node, pet palette, drag node, and come halfway there, and then bring this one halfway to there. Okay, that looks good. Now let's go to 3D. Okay, let's have a look. Obviously we need to adjust the posts, so how many posts we have in, so they look pretty much the same. So let's do that now. Select this one, and we're going to get rid of the center post. Let's go into settings, and under rail settings, by handrail and post 3, let's go 2, enter. That one looks good. Now this one. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to select this small rail here and do a bit of customization on it. Go into settings. Now we have here the distance that the post is away from the end of the timber rail, and in the others it's 150. I'm going to change these to 50 and 50 and press OK. Now when we look, I'll just escape. When we look at that, that looks pleasing design wise than trying to make it 150. So what I think we might do is change all of the railings so they're all the same, and the railings will be 50 millimeters from the end. So let's do that. And this is all part of designing and customizing and being able to change things to the way that you like them. So let's select this one, go into the settings, into handrail, and let's change that to 50. Change this one to 50. We'll just see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that looks much better. Let's have a look on the outside here. Yeah, they're butting up to each other on the corner. Select that handrail, go into the settings, and again to handrail and go 50. Well, at that end, yeah, let's keep it 50. So it's uniform and 50 here. Okay, and then moved out. Let's go into 2D and change this. Let's zoom in and let's go back to halfway there. And let's take this one back to halfway there. No, let's take this one right through to there. Well, let's have a look. 3D looks better. It's matching the other side. Let's make sure they're matching. So see how this handrail, it goes to the center of the long one. Let's do the same. So let's bring this one right through to there. And when we select this handrail, let's bring that back halfway. And now it should match. Now those posts match, so let's do that all the way through. Back to 2D. That's correct. And all we have to do is change now the number of posts in this railing here. Now on this last handrail, we'll leave this end at 50 and we'll leave the start end at 150 so someone can grab hold of the railing. There we are there. So that's 50, 150, and we're going to change the posts. I'd say we need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts. Let's go in and let's type in 5. Okay, and there's our 5 posts. Could get away with 4 posts. Let's have a look at 4. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now all we need is the wireframe across the front. So let's go into 2D view. And we're going to do the same. Let's escape to get out of the function of selection there. Now let's go into object, rail wired 19 and OK. And let's select the insertion point, and which will be top right. And remember that we made it 30. So that's staying at 30. That's good. And let's look at the rail settings. 950, 200, 15, and we'll change them when we get in there. So we go OK. Now let's select there. It hasn't gone right to the end, so we can just select the railing and drag it back to the wall. And now we're going to drag the railing here. And we're going to drag it right down here so it hits the wall there. Let's have a look at that in 3D. Okay, let's place some posts in there. Select. Now we know that that's about 10 meters. Let's try 9. That looks good. Go to 2D and save.